behave as per cultural norms, societal norms. Is this truth or false?
See, things have their respective places. The question is, if you behave as per social norms, what about it? You arranged a place for me and I'm sitting here. It is a social arrangement. But my answer to you is not social. So both have their place. Whatever is peripheral and unimportant can be left to the society. But whatever is intimate, really valuable, really important, really significant, must not be touched by the society. This place that you are according me is a social place. The welcome that you gave me is more or less a social welcome because that's what you give to every visitor. It's a norm, is it not? You didn't specially reserve it for me. It's a social thing. But even if you don't give me this sofa, I'm sure me and Dushan would comfortably sit here as we have been sitting most of this last week. Our answers won't really change because the answers are not social. And if our responses, our relationships start becoming social, then it's a tragedy. What is social also has a place. That road was quite bumpy, so I needed something to support my back. Thank you for giving me this comfortable cushion. But all it does is it supports my backside. It will not enable me to come up with what I am saying to you. Even the best of sofa sets will not produce these answers. Yet it has some value. It has some value. Had you kept a bamboo pole here, so whatever is social has some value. But let's not exaggerate it beyond its proper value. Let's not allow the society to enter the very heart of our homes. Society will dictate what is the number of the house, right? That's a social thing. They will tell you your house number is A 1 by 151. And you can very well have that plate outside the house. But if you have a temple inside the house and the society starts dictating which god you will worship, then the society is exceeding its limits. If the society starts dictating how you would be in your bedroom, then you have totally lost it. If the society starts dictating matters of love and joy and freedom, then you do not know what it means to be a man. But yes, the society is telling you that there is a particular road and you should walk on the right side, and when there is a traffic signal you should stop. You should follow all these instructions of the society. Because these are small matters and they make life a little convenient for everybody. So in these things, the norms set by society can be and must be easily respected. We make a mess of everything. We do not follow the traffic signals. But we follow the society when it tells us whom to marry. The society is telling you to follow the traffic signal. That we violate. We act like rebels. But when it comes to rising in the right rebellion, then we find we don't have the courage. Then we allow society to dictate terms. So if 1,000 people are sitting and they are all applauding, see how great you feel. You have given society a right over your happiness. If 1,000 people are wearing something, see how tempted you feel to wear the same thing. 10 years back, very few women would have that straight fall of hair. Today everybody, most of. Now society is transgressing. Do not allow it to do that. Hmm? I hope the young people here are not choosing their courses and departments out of social concerns. It happens. 2008 we had the great economic meltdown. And suddenly the IT and CS seats in colleges started going vacant. '95 to 2008, the CS seats in BTech were the most in demand. You see how the society is dictating what we would study. Tomorrow, if some other field starts rising in the sense of commercial rise, just commercial rise. You would find that new courses are being floated in universities and there are a lot of takers for them. MBA in retail, MBA in real estate management. And 5 years back, nobody wants to touch them even with. These things cannot be social. Society cannot dictate what you will do as your life work. Huh? There you cannot allow the society to interfere. As many.
I am a little inquisitive. See, in Steve Jobs, when he was almost going to die. Steve Jobs, he was almost going to die. He made a very famous convocation speech, which I would just like to say a few bit of it. What he said is, destiny cannot be predicted. Only when you face death, then you can see the dots and you can connect the dots. So do you think that life is predestined, or we decide what our life is going to be? Because they are both the ways of looking at it.
What is your daily experience?
Both. It happens both. Sometimes you feel it is destined, sometimes you feel you have the right, the power to determine what you want to do.
If you ask a question that your neighbor is prompting to you, then life is predestined. If you ask a question that is arising from your understanding, then there is free will. That's it. You have the opportunity for freedom. But you also have the freedom to not to be free. And if you decide that freedom is not your cup of tea, then you have destiny. If you decide that you are not prepared to pay the price for freedom, then external circumstances will dictate the flow of your life. That is destiny. The gender you are born in, the country you are born in, the economic strata you are born in, the times, everything external, that will take control of you. That is destiny. It's in your hands. Even destiny is in your own hands. You can decide to be a slave of destiny, or you can decide that you love freedom more.
How do you maintain the balance in between the freedom and the social obligations as far as you personally are concerned?
Freedom is far too big to be threatened or touched by social obligations. So there is no need to maintain a balance. one does not maintain a balance between the infinite and the petty. Social obligations are petty. Freedom is sacred and infinite. There is no question of a balance. But when something is overwhelmingly large, then it is also very sure and confident about itself. It doesn't feel insecure or threatened. So I am so sure of my freedom that if you want me to fulfill a few social obligations, I would willingly fulfill them. I would not take them as an assault on my liberty. It's all right. My nature is freedom. Who can take it away? So if you want me to speak in English, I'm all right. It's a social thing, right? If you want me to speak in Hindi, I'm still all right. I will not start insisting that I speak only one particular language. I often wear this. Sometimes I wear Western formals. Somebody says, no, at this particular place only Western formals go. I have no problem. I'll willingly oblige. My freedom is so large that these small things do not make a dent in it. So, there's no question of balance. You know, when you have something that is beyond destruction, then you get the freedom to play with it. You do not need to protect it anymore. Now you can expose it, throw it away, play with it, because you are fully assured that it will not go wrong, it will not go bad, it will not break. The one who is really, really free will have no problems role-playing even as a slave, because he knows very well that, but let that not become a nice excuse.